Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode on the channel tonight. We have just 7 races to go in this NASCAR Heat 5 playthrough, and we're done. We're moving on to NASCAR 21 Ignition when the game releases. But for right now, we've got some business, and it is about to pick up very quickly here tonight. It is the first race of the round of 12 of the playoffs for the NASCAR Cup Series side of things on this final season of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. You can see the points on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. And those are the points to start this round of the playoffs. The 8 drivers above the cutoff line, the 4 drivers below the cutoff line to start this round of 12. It begins with the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Following this race at New Hampshire, the second race of the playoffs will be on Monday night at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. And then the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona for the round of 12 finale that will take place on Tuesday night next week. Those will be the 3 races in this round. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to kick things off with a bang right here, right now, hopping into qualifying, as you guys don't want to miss a thing. And this is going to be one heck of a show. New Hampshire has definitely put on some really stellar races over the last couple of seasons, especially in the NASCAR Cup Series side of things. I'm sure that will be the case again here tonight, especially with the playoffs on the line. Cards One Boy, welcome to the stream. And welcome everybody else who is filing on down in the chat below. And this is the one lap of qualifying for Schneider. We'll see if he can set the quick time. Hasn't qualified better than 6th on an oval. He is definitely digging on this one and only lap. Right, 21.018, fastest, tied for his best ever on an oval. Full time is a 28.829. That was set by Joey Logano. So Logano will be at the top of the charts. Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, on the front row for the second straight race. In qualifying, he's coming off a win at Watkins Glen last night in that round of 16 finale. That win got him into the round of 12. How about Josh Bilicki qualifying in the 4th position? That's very interesting. Definitely not a name you're used to seeing in the top 10, especially on a short track for Spire Motorsports. And the furthest back playoff driver of the 12 remaining entering qualifying today would be Matt Kenseth in 17. So all 12 of them qualified in the top 17. This is going to be a pretty competitive field for those playoff drivers. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream as well. So here we go. We're about to go racing. Schneider's going to tighten it up just a hair, just a skosh before the start of the race. Josh Bilicki looking pretty fast for the start of this race. Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson will be starting at the rear. Kurt Busch will be the only playoff driver drop into the back of the field for the start of the race. Logano is going to lead the field out of the Geico restart zone and to the start-finish line. The round of 12 of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode playoffs are underway. And look at Schneider get the launch into turn 1. Going 3 wide for positions. Truex sandwiched in the middle. Schneider quickly now underneath of Ryan Newman. And now he's sandwiched 3 wide between Bilicki and Hamlin down the back straightaway into turn 3 as he tries to slide job, I should say, in front of the 6 of Newman. And he'll make the pass with Hamlin trying to charge back to the inside. Logano will lead lap 1. 75 laps in stage 1. That is it. This is going to be a very fun race here today. Hamlin slides up in front of Schneider. Schneider going to try to pull a crossover back to the inside. Into turns 3 and 4. Bilicki now will occupy the position on Denny Hamlin. And look at Josh Bilicki early on try to go for 2nd place. Schneider going to throw a block on him down the front straightaway. Tell you what, usually the playoff drivers are the ones that come to play in the Cup Series when it comes to playoff racing, with Josh Bilicki qualifying 4th. And it looks like he is going to slide up into 2nd place off turn 4. We'll see if Bilicki can challenge Joey Logano for the lead early on. Denny Hamlin now trying to get underneath as well. Schneider likes this middle to upper groove in the corners. You're going to be seeing him run this lane quite a bit today at New Hampshire. Should give him a little bit more straightaway speed and a better launch off the exit of the corners. Be given up in the entrance to the middle of the corner because it's not the shortest way around this flat racetrack. We're definitely going to be seeing some short track racing at its finest here tonight. Second to last short track race of the season. The only other short track we have left this year will be the Bristol Night Race as the second race of the round of 8. And Bilicki has ran down Joey Logano. We'll see if he can get around Logano quickly. Schneider trying to close in as well, but he got back into the gas too soon, and Denny Hamlin is going to make the pass instead for position. Kyle Busch also trying to close. Schneider going to dive bomb Hamlin into turn 3 again. Side by side for the race lead between Josh Bilicki and Joey Logano. Schneider clear off turn 4. He'll block Hamlin down the front straightaway to hang on to 3rd place again. Schneider's fastest lap of the early going to the race as well at 29.295. Tries to diamond the corner off that time, keeping Hamlin pinched off. Schneider really loose, trying to diamond the corner off on the other end of the track though in turns 3 and 4, and that's going to cost him a bit of time. That stack up allowed Denny Hamlin to check up, and Kevin Harvick will move to the inside of Hamlin for position. Oh, and Schneider squeezes the 4 of Harvick. Basically moved himself out of the way off the front bumper of the 4.
Got one peeking outside.
3 wide now. Kyle Busch down low, and Schneider had no clue they were 3 wide. Made contact with Harvick again, and he falls back to the 5th spot. Trying to make his way back around Hamlin, and does. Well, Harvick slides underneath both cars again. Crossover after crossover. And Bilicki is pulling away from Logano.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
This would be the upset of the season if Josh Bilicki goes on to win this race. Yeah, the playoffs have already started, though. Get his first career win, and it being an Aspire Motorsports number 7 car. It would just be absolutely insane.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
29.067 that last lap. Fastest lap ran by Schneider in the early going of the race. Harvick still looking to try and make a pass on Kyle Busch for 3rd. Schneider closes in on the back bumper of Harvick getting into turn 3.
Stay high up here.
Schneider's definitely a lot later into the braking zone. Backs it up in the center of the corner. Still gets a decent drive off. Harvick underneath Busch. Schneider taking the deep dive. off the exit of turn 2, and he'll try to make the pass on Busch now into turn 3. On the inside of Kyle, he'll complete the pass off turn 4. Another position gain. Third of the 3 stages tonight, the first stage is going to be much shorter than the second 2. With this first stage only being 75 laps. Looks like our third stage is a little bit longer and even in length. Three cautions last night at Watkins Glen, 1 in each stage. Schneider was leading while wrecking with 26 laps to go. After a lap car who was at the time battling to not go 4 laps down, Michael McDowell was running in the 37th position at the time as well. Had gotten into the right rear of Schneider off the exit of turn 1, and that turned Schneider.
Got a car low now.
He was just trying to, I'd have to assume, was trying to pull himself in line behind the 99, and he pulled up a little too early. Kind of the innocent bystander and all that. Logano quite has the pace that even Harvick, Busch, Schneider have, maybe even Denny Hamlin. It just seems like they very, very slowly, lap after lap, close in on him. Schneider keeps getting close to the 4 of Harvick, but he's not quite close enough to get within striking distance to actually make a pass for position on him. This goes to show how equal, really, most of these cars are inside the top 5. The one that stands alone in the top portion of the field would be the race leader, Josh Bilicki, who's just pulling away.
Got a car coming inside now.
Schneider
You're clear there.
blocking the middle of the corner on Kyle Busch, maybe trying to back the corner up a little too much. Almost allowed Busch to get underneath. Bilicki will be closing in on lap traffic pretty soon. Again, closing on Joey Logano. Bilicki's made his way past the first couple lap cars. Kyle Busch took a very deep dive into turns 1 and 2, looking to pass the 99. Wasn't quite close enough to be able to stay to the inside off the exit of turn 2. Tell Schneider's car is a little on the looser side, but loose is fast if he can hang on to it. So far, so good for him. Harvick on the inside of Joey Logano. They're side by side for second place finally. Again, about to close in on lap traffic. And they're side by side right in front of the new second place driver, Kevin Harvick, as well. Ooh, Harvick squeezing up the middle between Quinn Halp and Bobby Carter. That's not going to work. Schneider trying to get his car pinned off the exit of turn 2. Almost got into the left rear of Harvick. Trying to use Bobby Carter as a pick. just like Logano did, and Logano was able to get the second. Schneider up to third. Harvick trying to squeeze back underneath the 99, who had struggled trying to get around Quinn Houff. Wanted to side draft the 4 car, but he couldn't quite do it. Now Schneider takes the dive bomb into turn 1, slides back in front of the 4 of Harvick. Harvick going to try a crossover now, and he'll pull clear. Kyle Busch to the inside of Schneider. Schneider sends it into turn 3, just pins the car underneath Harvick again. And here comes Busch. Schneider trapped Harvick behind Gates. He'll pass him. Busch still to the inside. Made it through that corner 3 wide without any contact. That was impressive at this flat track at New Hampshire. Schneider going all the way up high now. Big battle in this lap. Traffic, and now contact with McDowell will allow Harvick to get around the 99. Ethan, welcome to the stream. I know Winbow's got some StarCom merch. I'm sure he's got some Quinn Houff t-shirts. I most certainly do not, though. I will say this car has gotten a lot more loose over the last few laps, and it seems like the pace is kind of starting to fall off in the 99, like he's just a little too loose. It's fast and loose at the beginning of the run, but then it just gets a little too loose, and it's starting to cost him some corner exit speed. He's able to drive it in a little bit deeper, but he can't quite keep the power down all the way through the corner like he wants to. Trey, welcome to the stream. Kyle Busch got to get held up. Harvick to the inside, going 3 wide. Stenhouse, who was eliminated from the last round by just 4 points, right there. Harvick and Busch are still side by side. Schneider's going to send it. Contact with Chastain, and now they're 4 wide. Schneider to third. How is everybody else's tires going to hold up? Real Dude, welcome to the stream.
Alright, you're clear there. Car there on the inside.
Oh, Schneider cut down a little early on Chad Fincham.
Careful, still there.
That was just the desperation of not wanting to get caught behind the 36 of David Reagan. Sends it into 1 and 2. Trying to make his way around the lap traffic. I'll tell you what, Josh Bilicki's got a fast car, but he's also getting through the lap traffic really well also. Logano got pinched off big time by Bubba Wallace. Bilicki's 6.5 seconds ahead of Logano. Dives underneath Wallace. Trying to get away from Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch as well. I can just kind of feel the rear wheels, the rear tires spinning a little too much off the exit of the corners. Very hard, just trying not to overcorrect it. Not quite spinning out loose, but I just feel like we get later and later into this run, it may tend to feel that way. Oh, you were at Texas. I was going to say, I don't remember being at Texas Motor Speedway unless you were talking about a game. I was trying to figure out what you meant by that. Oh my goodness. That time Schneider almost spun out off turn 2 and he had to lift, and Harvick's going to charge after him with a big run now. I think even though Schneider's pace has dropped, it does seem like he's still keeping up with these guys around him. So I think everybody's overall pace is starting to drop. 29.596 that last lap. Of course, with this being a flatter track, it's going to eat tires up quite a bit. The last flat track like this we were at was a half-mile paperclip at Martinsville for the regular season finale last week. I should say about a week and a half ago already. Or sorry, no, it was on Monday. On Monday. Schneider got the win in that regular season finale. Kevin Harvick had a great performance and won a stage as well. Sure enough, both those guys are in the top 4 here at stage 1. Dirt tracking it off the exit of these corners all of a sudden now as these tires get older and older. They should be able to make it on fuel to the end of the stage. We'll just have to see what the tires are exactly going to look like by the end of the stage. 40 laps to go in stage 1. Tires are only 35 laps old, and you can see Schneider drifting quite a bit. Harvick checked up to keep it off the left rear of Schneider that time. Logano trying to make a pass on 37 to Bryant Preece. Schneider tries to make the pass as well in turns 3 and 4. A little contact with Preece. Yeah, this car is definitely a little too much sideways. It is a handful to say the least. Post-race inspection for Malicki's car. It is insane how much he is pulling away. And I could confirm he has not shown this much speed all season. There's a reason why he was well outside the cutoff line for the playoffs. I think his only top 10s he had were on super speedways this year as well. Schneider crowds Kevin Harvick. Definitely made some contact. It's got to be hard for Schneider though, the car underneath him as loose as he is right now. Harvick and Busch get around him big time. Schneider lifted a lot more than what he wanted to off turn 4, but he just can't quite stay in the gas and just let the car drive out with as loose as it is when he's got cars underneath him. So like right there in turn 2, it's a little easier when he's by himself and he can keep the pace, but the car underneath him, he just can't quite do it once we're halfway through the run. We haven't really seen where Schneider's had a short run car, but not a long run car. That seems to be the case tonight. No practice, only qualifying before this race. As you guys saw that qualifying session as well. He's definitely going to have to keep this car in control. This is the playoff opener. Daytona is the finale of the round. 151 points might seem secure. 1 DNF and then maybe 2 at Daytona, depending on how he'll end up running in the second race at Atlanta, which we have not raced at yet this season. The rough track, we don't know about the tire situation. Only being able to use 8 sets in that race. Gotta fight for everything he can, but Schneider does have points to give up, so he's just got to be smart in being able to make it to the end of the race. Definitely starting to slowly lose his pace. He's got 7 seconds behind him to the 7th place car of Alex Bowman, so that's a plus. Gosh, Malicki's left a ton of cars already in this race as well. We're only being stage 1 again. Schneider on the outside of a lap car even that time. And he couldn't get the car to pin down with Nemechek underneath him. It's going to be harder and harder for him to pass these cars on the high side, even though that's his preferred lane. Again, off turn 4, it gets a little sideways, had to lift, and Nemechek stays in front of him again. This is holding him up. He finally is able to slide on Nemechek to the inside. And hold clear off the exit of turn 2. Hamlin now stuck behind the 38 car. Nemechek was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Currently 16th of the original 16 drivers, but still a 16th place finish. for the second year driver in this career mode, Jonathan Nemechek. Front Row Motorsports is pretty solid. It's like what we're kind of seeing out of Michael McDowell this season for Front Row Motorsports. .750 horsepower, low downforce package. You can definitely tell it is a low downforce kind of night. Last lap was a 29.829. He's running about 0.8 of a second slower. You got to stay out. I mean, you can't even consider short pitting, not only because it's a short track and you're easily going to lose a lap in case you're going to end up on the wrong side of a caution. But you also kind of got to think too. This is definitely getting pretty risky.
Still there.
But he'll get trapped a lap down too. I mean, you gotta assume he'll make some of that time up. But I mean, honestly, as far back as he is off the race leader, Josh Bilicki as well, I think he's just got to hang on. He's only got 29 more laps. We'll get 4 fresh tires on the car. We know the car is fast the first 20 to 25 laps, and then it just, and even after that, I mean, we're still in the top 5. And Hamlin may be a little bit quicker, but we still have a top 6 car on speed, even with the handling like this. So it is not a bad car, but it's definitely not perfect. I mean, people consider New Hampshire an intermediate because it's 1 mile, but I consider it a short track. Yeah, I mean, as flat as it is, it races like a short track. Really got a short track package. Cup Series today, it's a short track.
Still there. Car there on the outside.
There's slides on Eric Almirola.
Stay high up here.
Almirola, I believe, is last of the 12 playoff drivers. As we run in this race, Hamlin made the pass, splitting the 10 car. That time, Austin Dillon going to hold Denny Hamlin up. Turns 1 and 2. Schneider really loose. Turned way down the racetrack and almost clipped the 11. Schneider's going to have to try and find a way around Austin Dillon. He's struggling to pass cars. I mean, he's obviously a lot faster than the 24th place car of Austin Dillon ahead of him.
Still there.
Really just has to blow around him on corner entry like he did there. But as he slides up the track, Dillon crosses him over, and Schneider is doing everything he can to not make contact and risk not only taking out the 3, but taking out himself as well.
You're clear. Careful, still there. Slow clear. You got room, you're clear.
Now the pass is made. Dillon took a little extra time trying to get around the double zero point out. Something tells me that Josh Bilicki is not going to make it to the end of the race. Like, I just feel like
Back it down, back it
he is not going to be able to run those kinds of speeds the entire night. There is no way. I just feel like he's going to blow an engine or he's going to blow a tire or something. There's no way Josh Bilicki is just going to dominate this race all night long. Maybe he'll have a much slower pit stop. That underfunded team. Let's see. Schneider was once an underfunded team for the first 2/3 of last season. Then after that, he became competitive. We've seen so far this season. First 2 playoff races in the round of 16 for that DNF at Watkins Glen. The 3rd race of the round. second and a half now. Behind Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, 6 seconds still behind Schneider. Schneider's definitely struggling with the lap traffic more now than what he was earlier on in this race. You wonder how the cautions are going to fly. The first 2 races of the playoffs, we had a lot of yellows. Watkins Glen, not so much, which we kind of expected just with the way the road courses had ran this year. So what will New Hampshire have to offer? So far, we are caution free on lap 55. 21 laps to go in stage 1.
Stay low. All right, you're clear.
You see how much that right rear tire is burning off on the 99 car. 38% right now, 43% on the right front. He's picked up the pace the last couple laps, so 2 straight laps of 29.5s, and he was 29.8, 29.9s in a few laps, really the 5 to 10 laps before that. Well, he's finally starting to get the hang of a even looser car than what he had at the start of the run. Another 29.5. Man, that was a big moment. He tried to dive it in the center of the corner, it just didn't hold. Once he clipped that apron, car wanted to push all the way near the wall. And maybe he was pushing a little too hard, thinking he could catch Hamlin. I mean, if Hamlin catches lap traffic at bad spots, which it does look like he's got a lot more lap traffic coming up ahead of him. The problem is that Schneider has been struggling in lap traffic as well. Schneider's still half a lap ahead of Bilicki, so he's not worried about going a lap down now. At least in this first stage. With the drop of the green flag, Bilicki looked fast. He qualified 4th, but he got to the lead in no time, less than 10 laps. Still 2 seconds behind Hamlin. 15 seconds now behind Bilicki. All of a sudden, a couple laps ago, he was only 12 seconds back. A lot of that was a big moment off turn 4 a few laps ago. He lost over a second that lap alone. Get back to the 29.9s again. I don't know how I was able to find time to run 29.5s there, and then it just dropped right back again. Maybe I've ran a lap in the 30s, but staying in the 29s this late into the run, I feel like it's pretty solid. I'm content with the race car. Problem is if I tighten it up, it's not going to be as fast on the short run. And we lose time anyway. I'm almost thinking about just keeping the setup the same and just, just preparing for the short runs. Preparing to be good those first 25 laps. If the car goes away after it, so be it. We look at the only 2 ovals we've had in the playoffs so far. We've had a lot of cautions late in both of those races, so that could actually play out towards Schneider's strategy, especially if you could end up putting fresh tires back on the car later in the race. We get these long green flag runs early. It's allowing them to save sets of tires. All 12 of these drivers want to win and quickly get into the round of 8 after tonight's race.
Still there?
Blicky, Bowman, at least of the drivers in the top 8 are the only ones not in the playoffs. Neither of them even made it to the round of 16. Schneider slid big time, trying not to hit pit road. Oh, and Rochastain just clipped the inside wall off the exit of turn 4. I think he was getting ready to dive to pit road just to avoid the 99. Schneider didn't almost spin there. It was just he almost dove onto pit road and had to check the car up to make the late abrupt move to not pit. He had about 5.5 seconds over Alex Bowman.
Slow down.
And now he's only about 1.5 seconds ahead of him. 10 laps to go in stage 1. Definitely doesn't want to lose any more positions, that is for certain. The more positions Schneider starts to lose, less chance he's got of restarting within these first few rows. Now, he did restart initially, or at least start the race in 6th. And he was able to get to 2nd for those first few laps. Actually had a pretty great launch despite being on the outside. Was able to get to the bottom by the time they made it into turn 1. New Hampshire, that's really impressive. I wonder how many cars Bilicki is going to have lapped at the end of stage 1 already as well. Be the second playoff race of the first 4 that would go caution-free through the first stage. Went caution-free in the first stage at Auto Club as well. Would not have more than 2 cautions in the opening stage of the first 4 playoff races now. Bowman's definitely been quicker than Schneider these last few laps. It was that 1.5 second gap, too much for Bowman to overcome in 10 laps. Schneider may have to watch his tires. That right rear's down to 20%. Should be fine to the end of the stage, actually. We only got 5 to go this time by. We'll be alright. Schneider 1/10 of a second quicker than Bowman that last lap, so we picked the pace up a little bit. Back to the 29.8s again. .29.7 that last lap. If I only knew where I'm actually finding the speed to run times 29.5s and 29.7s at random, I would try to do that more consistently, but it's not quite sure. Checked up off turn 4 again, almost clipped David Reagan. That was a 30.122 that last lap. He's trying to pass Reagan, and that allowed Bowman to close the gap even more over the last lap and a half. 2 laps to go in stage 1 for Josh Bilicki. This would be his first stage win of the season. The first for Spire Motorsports. Bowman underneath Reagan off turn 4. He's trying to make the pass on him. Dive into one. Who would have thought coming into the night it would be Josh Bilicki with an opportunity. Bowman within a few car lengths of Schneider. Final lap of stage 1. Green, white checkered flag in the air for the first time tonight now, and Josh Bilicki has won the opening stage at New Hampshire. Bowman's got one more corner to try and get Schneider for 6th. 9 seconds ahead of Schneider would be Denny Hamlin. Really pulled away. Schneider goes way up the track. Turns 3 and 4. Kind of coasted off the exit of 4. Bowman rather, is going to fall just a tad too short. So Schneider wound up 6th in the opening stage. Not too shabby. And I will pause it now for a quick second to calculate the stage points. Ryan Newman in 10th place will get the free pass. No adjustments this pit stop at least. Schneider will pit for 4 tires and fuel. And we'll take a look at how all the playoff drivers did in the opening stage of the race. There we go. Now I'll pause it. So Kevin Harvick ends up finishing in 2nd. That will be 9 points for Kevin Harvick. Again, by the way, this is the first stage win of the season for Josh Bilicki. Again, I don't think anybody saw that coming. Joey Logano ends up finishing 3rd. That'll be 8 points for him. Kyle Busch will get 7 points for finishing 4th in the stage. Finishing 5th in the stage was Denny Hamlin. Keegan Schneider 6th. Ryan Newman ended up getting 1 point there, finishing 10th in the stage. Martin Truex Jr. 2nd. Martin Truex Jr. gets 2 points for finishing 9th in the stage. Ryan Blaney gets 3 points for finishing 7th in the stage. And that was all the playoff drivers. So 8 playoff drivers finished in the top 10 at the end of stage 1. Not going to be updating the points on the left-hand side of the screen at the end of this first stage. So now we'll go on into stage 2. Schneider gains 1 spot on the restart. Logano gains 1, beating Harvick off the pit lane as well. Bilicki wins the race off of pit road. Green flag back in the air at New Hampshire. Schneider with a good launch. He's going to go 3 wide into the first turn. And now he's going to go 3 wide for the race lead as well. This is going to be interesting. Schneider's not led yet today. They're still 3 wide and tight. Schneider couldn't quite hold it off the exit of the corner. Logano trying to get to the lead on the high side. Schneider sends it 3 wide to the bottom of the track again. Into turns 3 and 4. He is clear, but now here comes Harvick to the inside. Bilicki loses a ton of spots. 5, 6 spots lost now for Bilicki on the opening lap of the restart, and Schneider has just led his first lap of the race. A 3 wide move and goes from 5th to 1st on the opening lap. And now we'll block Harvick down the back straightaway, finally get a pull clear of him. We talked about Schneider having a very good short run car, but he does not have the long run speed. Rules are reversed compared to most of the season. Different attack on the strategy, that's for sure. The second 2 stages is going to be a little bit longer, so it'll be interesting to see how the cautions will play into effect. I will tell you, it is a night and day difference that this car's got so much more grip on the short runs. And now with the clean air, it's going to handle as best as what it has so far tonight, even without the adjustment changes. Pretty good 15 to 20 laps here. 28.997 that last lap. That was his fastest lap of the race. First time he's ran in the 28-second lap barrier in this one. Tyler Burbeck, welcome to the stream. Yes, Josh Bilicki won a stage and dominated. He led all but the first, like 8 or 9 laps of the race up until this restart. Josh Bilicki has definitely got the car to beat here tonight. Talk about an upset. Yeah, Bilicki's definitely got the fastest car. I mean, he won the stage by every bit of at least 7 seconds or more over second place. Ended up being Kevin Harvick. Tan619, welcome to the stream. I think handling that long run car, I mean, it is amazing how much I mean, it is crazy. I'm not used to having a short run car and then having it being really out of shape and that bad on the long run. But the reason why I didn't want to mess with the adjuster is how good this car is on the short run. Fastest lap of the race right there, 28.974. And this car is very grippy. There's a lot of grip in this race car on fresh tires. And he's still got 7 sets of tires left to the end of the race, and we're only in stage 2, but to about a 1-second lead. Bilicki back to third, passing Denny Hamlin in turns 3 and 4. 28.941. That was Schneider's fastest lap of the race now. This is incredible. I hope we get a late race caution. That's going to be our best shot to win. I am not going to change this strategy, and I'm going to hold on for dear life on the long runs like I did in stage 1. We did not have a caution at all for incident yet today, so no caution in stage 1. They better inspect closely if Rick Ware caught him when Alpin's at Talladega. They usually are off the pace even on the super speedways anyway, so I don't see that happening. They don't even stay in the lead draft because they can't. They usually just draft with each other in a single file line. They're so far off the pace. I don't think they even do it intentionally. They just don't have the speed those other teams do. Bilicki struggling to get around Harvick. He'll lose more and more time. As they battle for second, Bilicki off the exit of turn 4 looks underneath Harvick. Harvick's been running the 29.1s, even into the 28.9s. I mean, in 28.941 was his fastest lap of the race here early in stage 2. It is a racy kind of race tonight. The top 6 from that 20 to 35 lap mark. I mean, they're all so even with one another, but Bilicki really, he does have the fastest car, and him losing 5 spots on the restart definitely hurt him, obviously. He did not have a good restart at all. He got put in that middle lane 3 wide into 1. Schneider was able to get to the lead off the exit of turn 4. Clean pass nonetheless. I mean, he couldn't have had a better restart. A great launch, and having a good short run car on top of it definitely helps. 2-second lead over Josh Bilicki. We'll see if Bilicki can run down the 99. I'm sure he will after some point. How long will it take him? 29. What was that last lap? Oh, 29.214. I thought I said 914 or 28.914 for a second. I was about to say, man, that was ridiculously fast. Back into the 28.996 range. It was about 0.2 of a second faster than Bilicki that last lap. I don't know why he said halfway. It's not halfway yet. It's not halfway through stage 2, and it's not halfway through the race yet either, so I don't know what my crew chief was talking about halfway there. It can't be talking about fuel either. We're only like 15 laps into the run. I mean, the clean air could be helping as well. This is the first we've seen it. The problem is that when the car gets looser, we really struggle in the lap traffic, and that's really where we're losing these guys. Because even 35 laps into the run, we were keeping up with second place. Not with Balicki, but we were keeping up with everybody else in dirtier air. But the car was too loose on the high side, which is my preferred lane. Now we have a caution. Caution is out. Ross Chastain has now wrecked. And this is very interesting. That's not what Schneider wanted, with just about a 2.5 second lead over Josh Balicki. Our first caution for incident of the day. It flies at lap 94. Now what? Decisions. To pit or not to pit. Oh, man. William Byron gets the free pass in 11th. Then Schneider's going to pit here. He's going to top off on fuel. He'll pit. No adjustments, and he'll give up the lead and restart 10th. That is how good he is. He just does not want to give up that kind of speed. But now he's going to be back in traffic. We'll see what he can do on the outside from the restart. Green flag back in the air. Gets to the bottom before getting into turn 1. He'll get a couple of those spots back. He's got about 15 lap pressure tires than everybody else. Now Balicki's got the clean air out in front of the field. Schneider with a slide job to get around Ryan Blaney. The contact with Joey Logano. Oh, past the 22 car.
Got a car coming inside now. You got room, you're clear.
If this goes green to the end of the stage somehow, I know Schneider might be wrecking loose, but he may make it on fuel. He's still got 6 sets of tires left, so I'm not worried about it. Quickly back up to 4th, just a few laps after the restart. Get to the high side of Denny Hamlin. Got close. It's going to give him a run down the back straightaway, and he'll actually pull to the inside of Hamlin getting into the corner. Going to pull off a slide job maneuver of sorts. Oh, he's getting a little tight, though, off the exit of the corner. Hamlin charges back underneath him. Running in that dirty air of Kyle Busch in front of him. And now Harvick takes the dive bomb under Hamlin. That's going to occupy the 11 and allow for Schneider to clear the 11 car. Harvick has cleared the 11, and now Hamlin with a little side draft on the 4 after Schneider threw a block on him down the back straightaway. Josh Balicki leads again. Kyle Busch in 2nd, Schneider up to 3rd after the restart. And now he's in dirty air. We'll see. 15 lap pressure tires and dirty air. What will prevail? Busch is in dirty air right now too, so he should be able to get around Kyle Busch for 2nd at some point. He's going to take the dive deep into turn 3. Trying to make this move as quick as possible so he doesn't lose as much time to the 7. Busch with a crossover. This is going to hold Schneider up a little bit. Now Schneider side drafts Busch down the front straightaway.
Still there. Inside.
Tries to beat him into the braking zone as much as he can. Schneider gets a really good drive off turn 2. He is clear into turn 3.
Inside. You got room, you're clear.
Now he's got his eyes set after Josh Balicki in the 7. Little driving it in deep. That last lap, Schneider was 0.2 of a second quicker than Josh Bilicki. Ran a 29.061 that last lap. Really good corner in turns 1 and 2 that time. Looked like he gained about a car length or so. Closes very, very quickly into turn 3. And Schneider has definitely closed that gap. The closer he gets behind the 7, though, the harder it's going to be to try to pull out of line to make the pass in the corner. Trying to back up turn 1 a little bit. Diving in the corner off the exit, running low after entering high. Licking the same line as the 99. Never had to lift a little bit more. But he would have liked in the center of the corner. We've definitely got a great battle for the lead going on right now. Can't quite get close enough on corner entry to make a move alongside the 7. Not yet, at least. It's like a frustratingly close. And Schneider's right there. It's one thing to get to him, it's another thing to pass him. There's no lap traffic anytime soon for these drivers. 76 laps to go yet, stage 2.
Still there.
Bilicki's going to fight hard all night long to try and keep this track position. Definitely going to have to get better at the restarts when everybody's on equal fresh tires. Out of shape getting into the corner. Looks like he lost just a little bit of ground.
Stay on the bottom.
Oh, he closed a lot. I need the resin. Oh, man. It's been a fun race. Different. It's been good so far. Intimidator button, oops, wrong game. Yeah, unfortunately we can't use that right now. It'd be a little too early in the race, so I don't want to tick anybody off right now. Give them the whole second half of the race to pay me back.
Stay high up here.
Oh, Schneider closed a lot into turn 3 that time. It just doesn't matter. I mean, Bilicki rolls the center of the corner so much better than Schneider. 15 lap fresher tires. But we saw him pulling away on equal fresh tires. It's got to be so frustrating. That was the issue, is do you give up the track position? But he might not be running this fast of laps, though, if he was on the same tires he had at the time into the caution. Never really know. Got 71 laps to go at stage 2. Schneider's going to be close on fuel. We don't know about his tire wear, of course. That'll even hold up to the end of the stage. We do know everybody else on the lead lap will have to pit before the end of the stage at some point anyway. When will be the question? We're probably going to hope for another caution. Only had the one for incident so far. Balicki's just so fast. It's just weird battling Balicki, too. Maybe that's what's made this a little bit different. You would have told me in a playoff race early into our rookie season that we'd be battling Josh Balicki for a win at New Hampshire. I would say, you gotta be kidding. What these two teams have gone through in this amount of time, it's just insane. Well, lap car in the way. Bobby Carter really got in the way of Schneider. He's on the outside. Balicki in that preferred lane on the bottom. Balicki got held up though off the exit of turn 4 by Joey Gase. Schneider coming in hot. I think he got in the back of the 7. Looked like he may have. Schneider struggled in the lap traffic today, and it looks like Balicki's just kind of picking him up and putting him down. A little bit of damage to the front of the 99. You can't really see it, but it is registered. He just made a little bit of contact with the 7 a couple laps ago. That's definitely going to upset the race car a little bit more. Oh, he's taking a big dive into turn 1. Balicki got caught behind LaJoy, but he's going to cross Schneider back over. Now he's within striking distance into turn 3, though. Another slide job and another crossover by Balicki. This time he doesn't pull clear, and they're side by side down the front straightaway with 3 more lap cars coming up in the near future into turn 1. Actually, 4 of them, and nowhere to go for either driver. Schneider might be in a little bit better spot on the high side. Trying to make his moves. Now Balicki's coming up the high side. Schneider goes to the bottom 3 wide.
Clear high, clear high. Still there inside.
Balicki held up Schneider back to the lead. Don't forget about Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick, 3 seconds off the lead for both of them. Definitely start to feel the car starting to slowly get a little bit back into the looser direction again. Lap times are definitely starting to fall off too. Now some of it is the lap traffic, but 29.298 that last lap, but not that bad, but compared to the 29 1s, the 29 0s, or even the 28 9s that he was running on fresh tires, definitely better. The good news is he pulled out to a 2.5 second lead on Balicki again. The track is nicknamed the Magic Mile. We could see a magical night of racing. So far, so good, and now we get another caution. Car on the wall again in turns 3 and 4. Can't tell who that is yet. And it is Cole Custer in the 41 who has crashed. Free pass going to go to the 12th place car, Chase Elliott. Some drivers a couple laps down going to take the wave around. Ross Chastain already out of the race. And Cole Custer is going to pit. So it looks like Custer will remain in the race. Everybody going to hit pit road. Now they'll be able to make it on fuel and tires for sure to the end of the stage. 1 second of damage for the 99 here. And now they're going to be back on equal tires. So Schneider's car is maybe going to fade a little bit earlier in the run. Josh Balicki wins the race off pit road. How about Ryan Blaney getting 2 spots? Truex gaining 2 spots as well. Logano back to 7th here. Green flag back in the air. Josh Balicki leads the field to the green. Schneider on the outside. Front row. We'll see how it's going to work for him.
Looking inside
Might have drove it just a little bit too deep. Balicki in the preferred lane on the restart will get to the lead initially. Schneider pulls clear. Oh, and Schneider into the back of the 7.
Got a car low now.
That's not what he wanted to do. That checked him up, and now Blaney gets back underneath for second place again. 57 laps to go in stage 2. Second caution for incident in the race. Second in the second stage. Ryan Blaney really out of nowhere battling up here. Gaining a couple spots on pit road. And Schneider took a massive dive into turn 3 to the bottom. I think a lot of that was just trying to defend on the 12 car, not allow Blaney to get back underneath him again. Now he's clear. Still ran a 28.9 that last lap, even with the bottom in 3 and 4. Gotta take advantage of the short run car. But again, he's in line behind Balicki. That is the difference. Balicki's got the clean air advantage. I think it doesn't matter in a video game. Oh, it matters. This isn't even a 550 racetrack either, but it still makes a difference anywhere you go. Short tracks doesn't make as much of a difference, but it still makes a difference. Blaney's still hanging on to third for now.
Careful, still there.
Hamlin is right there. Schneider's right there on the 7. Balicki backed the corner up a little bit. Schneider couldn't drive it in quite as deep in that same lane.
Careful, still there.
Schneider changes lane up a little bit in 3 and 4.
Still there.
That gets a bigger run into 1 and 2. That might have been what he needed, and now he'll make the move to the inside into turn 3.
Careful there.
Passes Balicki cleanly.
Got one down.
Balicki with a crossover to the inside. Double wide are the leaders. Schneider pinching him down and side drafting on the front straightaway.
Stay high, stay high.
Off turn 2, Schneider almost in the wall. He's pushing hard. Did a great job keeping it off the wall, and he'll get a chance to cross Balicki over again.
Clear high.
Has it. Protects on the bottom lane. Schneider to the lead off turn 4. Oh man, he almost got in the wall again. He's pushing as hard as he can right now, and he's doing a great job. Oh, a little too wide though. Into 1 and 2, Balicki again back to the bottom. Schneider got a good drive off though. Pulls the advantage into 3.
Looking inside now.
They keep battling. Have to look out for the 12 and the 11 to come back again.
You got room. You're clear. Looking inside now.
How much longer is Schneider going to be able to fight the 7 car before his car starts to go away? Big block off the exit of turn 2. Now Schneider's finally got clean air. .48 to go, stage 2. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today.
Got a car low now.
Josh Balicki is coming. Another big block off the exit of turn 2 though for the 99. Bilicki clear. Schneider has one of the best short run cars. Bilicki's got one of the best overall race cars. Short run, long run, it doesn't matter. Schneider trying to pass him back again. But Bilicki gets the drive off now on the high side. Not only how much is Schneider using up his tires battling Bilicki right now, but how much is Bilicki maybe using his tires up as well. Driver's closing in on lap traffic.
Careful, still there.
Schneider closes hard into turn 3. Lock the tires up big time, trying to keep it off the 7. He wants to race him clean. A little bit bigger of a slide off turn 2 that time. I'd have to assume that you guys at home are being treated to a special race here tonight. Especially at stage 2 between the 99 and the 7. Two drivers just trying to manhandle the race cars with a slippery package on a slippery track. They are giving it their all. We've got lap traffic coming up once again. Bilicki got to catch Quinn Hauff in a bad spot. On the bottom, Schneider to the high side. Off the exit of turn 2 as he side drafts the 7. Bilicki probably going to try to hold Schneider on the top to pin him behind the 00 of Hauff. But Schneider shot the gap on corner entry. Bilicki still, though, clear off the exit of turn 4. But now Schneider takes the dive into 1 and 2, down to the bottom. Bilicki gets a great drive off. Ricky Schneider now have caught Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47. Oh, Schneider all the way to the inside and he clobbers the wall.
Yellow's out, back her down.
Oh, and now we got a caution. 3 seconds of damage on the 99. That was a big time hit. I don't think that was the cause for the yellow, though. I think Austin Dillon might have had an issue, and he's going to pit. Christopher Bell in 14th will get the free pass. I don't think that was the cause of the caution, because Schneider didn't really lose a lot of speed there. Only 3 seconds of damage. He just pushed the car maybe a little too hard. And Austin Dillon further back maybe going to bring out the yellow. Schneider got to pit again. He'll repair that 3 seconds of damage while he's at it. So Austin Dillon and Keegan Schneider are going to be on fresher tires. That was a saving grace for Schneider. He was probably going to start to lose time to Bilicki. Problem is, he's got to restart back at 13th. He is in the preferred lane on the inside. 36 laps to go in stage 2, and we'll see.
Car on the outside now. 3 wide now. Clear low, clear low. All right, clear outside.
He goes 3 wide into turn 1. He gains 4 positions. 25 lap pressure tires. Dive bombs under the 24 of Byron. Makes the pass there. Love to see what Bilicki can do really quickly. Really, any of those backmarker drivers. Just kind of wonder. Contact! Trying to squeeze Truex right into the side of the 18. To make his passes quick. His other drivers, he's underneath the 12, Brian Blaney right now. We'll shoot in front of him off the exit of turn 4. Blaney can't quite get the crossover. He kind of got tight once the 99 pulled up in front of him in the center of the corner. Logano and Hamlin still side by side right now for third. Harvick is in second. Logano will clear Hamlin for third off of turn 2. Schneider's going to have a run now on the 11 car to the bottom into turn 3. Quick pass on Denny.
You got room, you're clear there. Inside. All right, clear low.
And it now passes Logano in 1 and 2 for third. Probably going to get right to the 7 car again. He's going to have troubles trying to pass him. Even on 25 lap pressure tires.
Stay on the ball.
Kind of had his fits with Kevin Harvick that time into turns 3 and 4 as well.
Careful, still there.
Schneider was very aggressive into 1 and 2. Back in the 4 car, you just can't get around him. Problem is Bilicki is faster than the 4, so this is holding Schneider up.
Careful, still there.
Schneider gonna make the move to the high side, not gonna work there. Diamonding the corner off now on exit, trying to give himself a run. Now he'll go after the 4 to the inside into 3, trying to outbrake him. Slides up in front of him. Harvick gonna try a crossover. Schneider going to try to side draft that right rear corner panel. Never made contact, but it was just enough to stay alongside of him. Harvick couldn't pull clear that time. That was a great move. Harvick again, just not quite able to pull clear. Schneider going to get the drive off turn 2. They'll side draft him some more, giving Schneider a really big pull into turn 3. Now just trying to outbrake the 4. Not going to do it there either. These two are battling hard.
Careful, still there. Still there.
Lucky 1.5 seconds ahead.
You got room, you're clear there.
Schneider clear into 3. And he'll stay clear off the exit of turn 4. Now he can try to run down the 7 for himself. 26 to go yet, stage 2. Licky, who won the opening stage, trying to win the second stage as well. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race, 28.870. I believe that was the first time he was in the 28.8s all night long. Closer and closer to the 7 of Balicki. Definitely starting to challenge. Schneider to the outside. Diamond's the corner now off the exit of turn 2, and he's got to run. He's underneath Balicki down the back straightaway. Side drafting him as they make their way into turn 3. Bottom of the racetrack. And clear off the exit of turn 4. Schneider leads at New Hampshire. 21 to go in stage 2. A little bit wider than what he wanted to go that time into turns 1 and 2. Balicki's going to get back to the inside. Schneider did get the drive off, though. Pulls the block on the 7. Midway down the back straightaway. That'll hold him clear into turn 3. Balicki trying to challenge back to the inside. Almost got there. That was really close. Another big block by Schneider. 20 to go now in stage 2. Schneider trying to set sail. 3 cautions so far tonight, all in stage 3. Or stage 2, rather. Stage 3 still to come. As entertaining as this race has been so far, we're probably going to be in for a wild finish. Schneider's got about a half a second on Balicki now. Can he hold on for 18 more laps? Will the tires be able to make it for 18 more laps? And not only that, but how is he going to be able to attack the lap traffic? That will probably end up starting next lap. I don't think he's going to catch lap cars this lap. Closed in on him a ton. Yeah, he'll end up catching him into turn 1. Back to the start-finish line here. Right behind Michael McDowell. We got into him in the last race. McDowell ended Schneider's day early. Schneider quickly drives around the 34 car. Balicki going to try to follow him to the high side. We're going to get around McDowell and Gase. A lot more lap traffic coming up once again. Bunch of race cars in front of the leaders.
You got room. You're clear. You got room. You're clear.
Side by side, right in front of the 99. He's got nowhere to go. He's boxed in. Stenhouse on his inside as well. Schneider brushes the wall into turn 1. And has to go 3 wide to the top. Pole's clear. Now down to the bottom on Corey LaJoy. Slipping and sliding through lap traffic. He tries to get away from the 7 of Josh Bilicki. 14 to go in stage 2. Schneider trying to get another playoff point. Looking for his 42nd stage win on the season. Bilicki's been held up big time in the lap traffic. All of a sudden, Schneider's pulling away. Out to a 3-second lead. Harvick only half a second behind Bilicki for second place. Harvick, Busch, Hamlin, all playoff drivers as well as Schneider, all looking for all the stage points they can here. Closing in on the final laps. Schneider's pitted under all 3 cautions during the stage, plus the stage break, so he's got 4 sets of tires left. He'll be pitting again here at the stage break. Schneider's got 5 seconds on Josh Bilicki. Who's in a great position, just trying to stand on the gas off the exit of the corners. Harvick now will take over second place. Schneider's car tends to fade on the longer runs, but he's got a big enough lead built out now. He might be all right. One can only hope. Not going to start backing that pace off now, though. If he has to, it's just going to be to catch the race car. But right now, he still feels like he's got enough grip to make passes. On the high side of Ryan Preece, the lap car. And the struggles is when he's on the top. As he gets looser later in the run trying to make a pass. He's got 7.5 seconds, and Bilicki will take back over second place. And now Denny Hamlin jumps up to second. Harvick all of a sudden back to fourth. Had to put the throttle a little bit more in 1 and 2 that time off the exit. Definitely starting to get snappy loose on him all of a sudden at this point in the run. Remember, this is a 37-lap green flag run to the end of the stage. Right when he gets to that 25 to 35 lap mark is when it starts to go away. Then after that is when it's really bad. Luckily, 36 laps it shouldn't get really, really bad. Might be enough for Bilicki. He's got the fastest long-run car in the field to close in. The problem is Bilicki's back to 5th now. He is struggling mightily in lap traffic all of a sudden. Schneider struggled after he passed Buescher. He was right in line behind the 38 of Nemechek. 7 to go, stage 2. We'll actually stick with the normal camera, not only to the end of stage 2 now, but to the end of the race as well. Gotten all that out of the way now. Kyle Busch to second. Bilicki battling for 4th with Hamlin and Blaney, and now Blaney has passed Bilicki, and this is as bad as Josh Bilicki has been in lap traffic all day. Schneider with a 10-second lead, sitting pretty with 6 to go in the stage. To go, stage 2. Bilicki has fought his way back to second. Trying to be on the front row for the restart. If he can at all help it. Bilicki's closed that gap on Schneider the last lap. He's just too far back at this point to run him down. And if we get a caution before the end of the stage, it will end the stage. So Schneider is in a good spot that as long as he himself does a wreck, he will win stage 2. It will be his 42nd stage win of the year. It has not been dominating performance at all today, but he'll take the stage win. And Josh Bilicki, who has had the fastest car, Schneider has put the test to him here in stage 2. Only qualified before the race, qualified 6th, so wasn't able to really get to the lead at all in stage 1. With the restart to stage 2, he was able to get to the lead and really start to prove just how fast he is. At least when he's got the clean air. And even if he's in second, he can at least keep up with the 7. That was a big moment off turn 4. Massive slide. 2 to go in the stage. Schneider just going to let Almirola back by into turn 1. The problem is that Schneider's only really got a short run car. Again, about 25 laps, about all he could go with race winning speed, and just slowly starts to decline after that. Luckily, he had a big enough lead in the lap traffic. Plus, he had fresher tires on that last restart as well, which obviously helped. If he was on equal fresh tires with Bilicki, he would definitely not have pulled away this much, even in the traffic. Final lap of the stage now. Playoff driver, and in fact, last playoff driver in the grid entering the round of 12 is Eric Almirola. He's trying to get one of his couple laps back here at the end of the stage. He's not going to be able to do it. Keegan Schneider will win his 42nd stage of the season and his first stage of the round of 12. Another playoff point he'll be able to carry to the round of 8 if he makes it. We'll be seeing pit stops once again. 3 sets of tires will be left for the 99 of Schneider to the end of the race after this current pit stop. And we'll take a look at what all playoff drivers had received stage points in stage number 2. Keegan Schneider obviously getting 10 of them with the stage win that time. Kevin Harvick gets 8, finishing 3rd in the stage. Ryan Blaney moved up in the leaderboard. He gets 7 points in stage 2. Joey Logano ends up 5th, getting 6 points. And again, I know Chase Elliott didn't make the playoffs, but he has had a stellar playoff so far. 2 top 5s in the round of 16, and now he's up to 6th here at New Hampshire. If only he could have made it, he probably would be in the round of 12, and he'd be off to a great start in the round of 12 as well. Denny Hamlin ends up getting 4 points. And Kyle Busch gets 2 points. So those were all the drivers that received stage points in that stage. Not going to update the points on the left side of the screen for tonight's race. Going to leave it the way it was coming on into the night. Schneider wins the race off pit road and will lead the field to the green to start stage 3 at New Hampshire. Green flag back in the air. 113 laps to go at the Magic Mile. 3 sets of tires left to the finish here for the 99. Weasley clears Bilicki in turns 1 and 2 in the restart. Bilicki in second, so Schneider having the clean air advantage immediately. This will definitely help. Schneider doesn't want to leave any sets of tires behind here in this race. He's going to need all 8. Probably going to say the same for New Hampshire in the next race, or Atlanta in the next race as well. Completely different reason. This one just to be faster with the short run speed. Atlanta just because it's such a rough racetrack on tires. Plus, that's an extra 200 miles compared to this race. Okay, 199 miles, but almost 200. .953 that last lap. Schneider's fastest lap of the race was during the end of stage 2. Oh man, he almost got into the wall there. He pushed a little too hard. Had to lift quite a bit off the exit of the corner. 28.773 that last restart stage 2. That is the fastest lap he has ran so far tonight. And it's the fastest lap I've ever ran here on NASCAR Heat 5 at New Hampshire in the Cup Series. So it goes to show the speed in this car. Even though it hasn't been dominant, it is very quick. It's just Josh Bilicki has really stepped his game up. .50 and 13, you feel like? Everybody will have to make one pit stop in the final stage at some point. The question will be, when will these drivers pit? I think we just got to wait to pit under the cautions, honestly. We had 3 cautions in stage 2. This final stage is going to be just as equal in length. We didn't have any cautions in stage 1, but we didn't have to pit either. 175 laps. Compared to just over 110 laps in the second 2 stages. Yeah, sneeze coming on. That would not be good in this situation. Especially if I'm in the middle of the corner. Even if I'm on a straightaway, it'll probably mess my rhythm up. A win for one of these 12 playoff drivers will advance them into the round of 8 tonight. We saw how pressure-packed and how wild that cutoff race at Watkins Glen was in the point scenarios last night. Just imagine how wild they'll be with Daytona as the regular season finale here in the round of 12. With that 400-mile event under the lights. Schneider pushed way too hard in turns 1 and 2. And that allows Bilicki to challenge down low. Schneider's still got a good enough of a drive off. R6, welcome to the stream. Schneider holds clear off turn 4 as well. Bilicki just going to have to follow in line right behind him. This is setting up to be one of the battles for the ages between the 7 and the 99. 2 very young drivers. That was a big block. And Schneider was barely clear down the back straightaway on the 7. Really trying to back up turns 3 and 4 to get the drive off that time. And they do something different than the 7 car. Gives him a big pull down the front straightaway. Bilicki is definitely challenging. Two are pulling away from Harvick slowly, at least. They're only a second and a half ahead of him. They get to battling enough side by side. Harvick may be there. Licky trying to look for that coveted first career win. Every other driver in the top 5 behind him in the playoffs. Schneider trying to go to the round of 8 for the second season in a row. Ryan Blaney, who came in 1 point above the cutoff line, has had a very good night. Finished 4th in stage 2, also ended up finishing 7th in stage 1. Trying to gap himself on Kenseth, who has had 0 stage points so far tonight. We have drivers who haven't had any stage points tonight, as just mentioned. Matt Kenseth, one of those drivers. So is Brad Keselowski. So is Kurt Busch. Eric Almirola's been outside the top 20 the whole night. And surprisingly, Martin Truex Jr. hasn't had any stage points in this one either. Only driver out of the race still is Ross Chastain, despite the 3 cautions for incident. 3 is all we had last night. We're just closing in on lap traffic here before long. Oh, we got trouble in turn 1. Somebody's blowing a right front tire and has hit the wall. It is Quinn Houp in the 00. Down into the grass he goes in the middle of the corner. And with 98 laps to go, our 4th caution of the night. There's Truex finally getting inside the top 10. Around Bowman, free pass is going to go to Eric Jones on this caution. Interesting. 98 to go. Do you pit if you're Schneider? I think the call is yes, pit. 3 sets of tires left. He's going to pit now. With 98 laps to go, he'll give up the lead again. We'll give him about 20 lap fresh tires. He's starting further back than any other point he has had to restart in this race. In the 15th position, as he is the only car in the lead lap that did hit pit road. 95 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. 3 wide into turn 1 to the bottom goes Schneider, trying to get as many spots back as he can. Contact initially with Christopher Bell. Oh, and Alex Bowman. Using up cars off the exit of turn 2. Got to be careful not to damage it too much. Muscles his way now around Martin Truex Jr. Ellie gets loose. Hamlin will dive underneath him. Schneider gets the run now underneath Elliott off the exit of turn 2 as well. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Yep, Kenseth in the round. It actually starts only 1 point below the cutoff line into the round. After the randomization of the finishing order after a DNF last night allowed him to luck his way into the round of 12, but he is in and got a chance, especially looking at that 3rd race at Daytona. 2-time Daytona 500 winner. I know it's going to be a 400-mile race there this time around, but you know what he can do. If you would have told me Josh Bilicki was going to score the most stage points tonight, I would have not believed you. Qualified 4th, he won stage 1, 2nd in stage 2, and leading the race about a 1/3 of the way into the final stage. Schneider on about 20 lap pressure tires has made his way back to 4th after restarting 15th. We know how much the clean air has been a big factor in this one. Schneider's still got 2 sets of tires left to the end. Makes a pass now on Kyle Busch for third place in turns 1 and 2. Harvick to the inside of Busch off the exit of turn 2 as well. Schneider dive bombs Ryan Blaney in the 12 into 3 and 4. He'll make the pass. Can't quite stick the exit of the corner and almost made contact with Blaney. They had to let him back go. Otherwise, he would have probably turned Blaney into the wall off his right rear corner panel. Busch with a crossover on Harvick now. To the inside into turns 22. Schneider again to the inside of Blaney into 3 and 4.
Got a car coming inside now.
Blaney again going to try a crossover. Schneider gets a little bit of a run off the exit of turn 4. He'll block him down the front straightaway and hang on to second. 1.2 off the lead. Anything can happen in a full race indeed. And that's what we've seen with the speed in this Spire Motorsports 7 car for Josh Bilicki. Schneider still trying to fend Blaney off for second as he got a little loose off turn 2. A lot of it was just trying to drive away from the wall. And now Kyle Busch to the inside of Blaney for third. Busch with a very low exit to turn 4, trying to get away from the 12th car. Schneider can go about 20 laps further on fuel if we do have a very long green flag run. Everybody still has to make one pit stop to the end. Schneider, again, the only lead lap car that pitted during that caution. He's worked his way back up to second on the fresher tires. Problem is, Bilicki had a really good restart, was able to get quite a ways out there. Outside of the very first restart of the day, Bilicki's been pretty good on the restarts. That first one when he lost 5 positions was bad, but he quickly got the hang of it. Probably just not used to restarting up there, especially on a track like this. Probably cost him initially, but then he got that practice in. It was early enough in the race, and he was able to conquer the rest of the restarts after that. Schneider will close, but once he gets to him, tires are going to start to even out again. Start to swing in the direction of Bilicki. A long time with Bilicki having the fastest long run car. In long run, there's a short run, and that's where Schneider has capitalized today. Tommy Baldwin over. Oh yeah, you're right. 7 car wasn't taken over by Spire until this season. I'm getting confused with how this game is still 2020, and I mean we're so late into the 2021 season now. Almost all the way through it by the time NASCAR 21 Ignition comes out. When NASCAR 21 Ignition comes out, there's literally only going to be 2 races left in the season, Martinsville and Phoenix. We're on to the next-gen cars in 2022. Schneider's cut the gap down to 0.6 of a second. Is definitely closing. And he is there in turns 3 and 4. Equal drive off though. Now that he's close enough behind him, it's going to be harder to get much closer. Bilicki going to try to protect the bottom. He'll give Schneider his preferred lane. That's just not the passing lane. Might be Schneider's best lane when he's by himself or just trying to run a fast lap. Now he'll make the move late into turn 3, taking the 7's line away on the bottom. Bilicki with a crossover in the center of turns 3 and 4. They're side by side for the race lead. Bilicki just able to clear off turn 4. Schneider going to cross him down to the bottom in 1 and 2.
You got room. You're clear. Looking inside now.
Bilicki with another crossover. Schneider gets the drive off, pulls the block down the back straightaway, and into turn 3. New leader. Keegan Schneider just 80 laps away from victory at New Hampshire and locking his way into the round of 8. Lucky not going to give up though. This car's only going to get better on the longer run. How much does Schneider use his tires getting through that 15-car field ahead of him to get to Bilicki? Bilicki powers to the inside. Schneider with a bit of a side draft off the exit of turn 2. Now into 3 and 4. Again, trying to side draft. He pulls Bilicki back. Into 1 and 2.
Careful, still there.
Both cars are given little room for error. They're doing a great job. And they've raced each other clean all night long.
Still there.
Even with their cars out of shape at times, bending through the lap traffic.
Got one
It has been a very fun and clean battle throughout the course of the night. Led that lap at the line again, 77 to go, and here comes the lap traffic.
Got one inside.
Channel Racing, Tommy Baldwin Racing.
Careful, still there.
Look, he's probably going to try to pinch Schneider behind the lap car. Carter, but instead Schneider beats Carter to the high side, and that is going to hold Bilicki now behind the 73 car. Schneider will fend off Josh Bilicki for now and hold on to the lead. Great shot, drive, feeding him into the corner, into the braking zone.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there.
Oh, man. Just slid into Quinn Health. Health blew a tire earlier in the race, bringing out a caution. He still remains in this. Saw Cole Custer wreck earlier as well. He's still in the race. .74 to go.
Still there. You got room, you're clear.
73 laps is still long enough time, though. It's going to be a long 73 laps here for Keegan Schneider. Remember last season, he won a lot of races later in the year, but he didn't win any races once they got into the round of 12 and beyond. It was consistency that got him into the round of 8. And it was inconsistency that kept him out of the championship 4. With the season he's had, with all the wins, 20 to be exact up to this point. Now it's time to try and pull up clutch late in the season. Look at the lap traffic that Schneider will have to be dealing with here in a few laps. He'll get around Bubba Wallace in turns 3 and 4. We'll have a run now on David Reagan in the 36. He'll probably get around him easily in turns 1 and 2. Tires are going to wear more and more and more than he is going to have a conga line of lap traffic. And that might be Bilicki's chance to try and get back into this. You can tell Schneider's starting to slide a little bit more than what he would like off the exit of the corners. On green with 95 to go. 70 to go, this time 5, so 25 laps into the run, that's where it starts to kind of even out with Bilicki, and then another 10 laps, Bilicki is going to be faster. It was not a good corner that time in 1 and 2 either. That's not going to help. Someone's got a 2x2 up there. Only playoff driver in that mix is Eric Almirola. Who again has been 20th to 25th most of the race. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. 68 to go. Doubleheader on the channel coming up tomorrow with NASCAR Busch Series action, a premiere to start things off in the afternoon in between the truck and Busch, or sorry, the truck and the Xfinity races at Talladega tomorrow. That premiere will air while I'm at work, and then we will go live with the second Busch Series race on NASCAR Chase Pin Cup 2005 tomorrow night. I'll try to lock in the championship in race 1, so you won't want to miss that at Atlanta tomorrow afternoon. And then in the nighttime, we'll run the Phoenix Busch Series race. And, not going to spoil it. Pretty good championship battle throughout most of the Atlanta race to see if Harvick was going to be able to clinch. If not, we'll try to clinch in the second race at Phoenix. That Atlanta race already recorded. Actually recorded that back on Sunday or Monday last week. I think it was Monday. I recorded that Monday morning. We go 3 wide to the inside. Clint Boyer, Eric Jones, Justin Haley right in front of him on the inside as well. Schneider makes contact. The 20 of Eric Jones. That didn't help.
You're all clear up top.
Hey, I appreciate that though. Pretty cool in case you missed any parts throughout the middle of the race. But again, it is a premiere tomorrow for the first race, the afternoon race. The night race will be a live stream on the channel tomorrow. It'll be the 4th to last and the 3rd to last Busch Series race of the season there. And I had a big loose moment that time. Harvick up to 3rd. Logano up to 5th, Blaney 4th. Kyle Busch no longer in the top 5. He wasn't 3rd there for a little while, until they got into heavier lap traffic. He's kind of lost the pace a little bit. Schneider 2 seconds ahead of Josh Bilicki now. Schneider actually got through that conga line of lap traffic a lot better than what he thought he was going to. Got really loose off the exit of turn 2 again there. So after the Truck Series race tomorrow is when that premiere will air. After the truck race, so it will get done right around the start of the Xfinity race at Talladega. And then we'll just run after the Xfinity race on Saturday night. Start time for the night race tomorrow, I can guarantee, will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fortunately, I'm going to miss the truck race and most of the Xfinity race because I'll be at work. But I'll catch the end of the Xfinity race, and I'm hoping I should catch the start of the truck race at lunch. I don't think I'll catch the end of it on my last break at 2:30. It's going to depend on how many cautions they get that slow the race pace down. It's Talladega, so it's possible. And it is a truck series, so it is possible. Hoping I can catch the end of that one. My last break as well. Brad Keselowski having a rough go right now in the final stage. Currently in 24th. They're struggling with his car. Almost got into the 2. Sends it 3 wide under both Keselowski and Austin Dillon. And contact with Austin Dillon. So he cleared the 2, did not clear the 3, made contact with him. Now Bilicki's within a second and a half. Bilicki likely has a faster car at this point in the run. Now he gets around Dillon in turns 1 and 2. Schneider has struggled in lap traffic on his older tires today. Forget that he's got 20 more laps of fuel and Bilicki and the rest of the cars on the lead lap as well. So you'll be seeing green flag pit stops in less than 30 laps if this thing does go green. Not pit during that only caution we've had so far. Remember, Schneider again has 2 sets of tires left to the end as well. The window is open to the end of the race. Dillon and Keselowski side by side in front of Bilicki. That'll help Schneider. Also side by side in front of Schneider. Schneider had to go 3 wide. Schneider is in the wall in turns 1 and 2. He pushed the car way too hard that time. All by himself. Making that mistake. Oh, he brushes the wall again off turn 4. Harvick back to 7 seconds off the lead in 3rd. Kyle Busch back up to 4th. Blaney to 5th. Logano now outside the top 5, but they're all under a blanket. A great battle for 3rd place. Yes, Quinhop did spin earlier. Bilicki less than a second off the lead. I'll pause it down the back straightaway to get the chat back up on my laptop. I had a notification pop up, but I couldn't see the bottom right corner. It takes a little bit before it goes away. It kind of bothers me if you guys are commenting in the chat. Yeah, Josh Bilicki was the winner of stage 1. Schneider ended up winning stage 2. Bilicki is definitely running down the 99. He is a lot faster at this point in the run. And it needs to hold him up as much as possible in case he does stay green to the end. Sends it under the 73 of Bobby Carter. Harvick now within 6.5 seconds of the lead. He's trying to close. Bilicki is within about 3 car lengths into turn 3. And a lot more lap traffic coming up in the future laps for the 99. Definitely racing his race car more than Bilicki right now, but he's going to have to race Bilicki too here very shortly. Rushes by the 00. That'll help. Really burping the gas quite a bit. It slides more and more and more lap after lap, corner after corner. Slides quite a bit going in, but it's the exit of the corner where it gets dangerously slidey. Slippery. And rushes by McDowell, but so does Bilicki. And Bilicki's down low. And he's going to clear Schneider. Schneider slips off turn 2. Just kept sliding, and slid some more. And now Josh Bilicki is leading again at New Hampshire. 50 laps to go this time by. Harvick less than 6 seconds off the lead and trying to charge. The non-playoff driver Josh Bilicki trying to pull off a major upset to get his first career win in the round of 12. Struggled to pass LaJoie until halfway down the back straightaway, so Schneider's going to send it into 3. Dive bombing, getting into Custer. Still on the side of the 41, and Bilicki will pull clear. Schneider too aggressive that time. Doing all he can with a slower and worse handling car at this point in the run. Less than 20 laps away from seeing everybody who did not pit during that last caution end up pitting. Bilicki caught behind Gase, and he's still underneath Johnson off the exit of 4. Schneider going to take it 3 wide into turn 1. And he's underneath the 7 again. And he's back to the lead. What a move. But as he slides up the track, he will hang on in front of the 7. And Johnson crosses back over on Bilicki now. That may help Schneider in turn 3 for the short turn. Schneider trying to defy the odds with his race car. 47 to go. That's way too far up the track that time. Cuts back down in front of the 7 again. Oh my goodness. Bilicki is coming. So is Harvick. Harvick is now less than 5 seconds off the lead. Bilicki's 3 wide with the lap traffic now in 3 and 4. Oh, Custer goes around. Custer has spun, and Joey Gase is going to crash right into Custer. Off the exit of turn 4, and that almost wiped out Bilicki on the high side, who was 3 wide. Just our 5th caution of the race for incident. Our 2nd of the final stage with 46 to go. And everybody will pit for maybe the final time tonight. Getting geared up, I needed that water. It's getting hot inside the race car. Green flag back in the air. 43 laps to go. Who will go to the round of 8? Schneider's got a good short run car. He won the race off pit road. Virtue of his pit crew, which have been phenomenal. They have either stayed neutral or have gained spots during every stop so far today. Schneider leads Bilicki in 2nd. Kyle Busch and Harvick side by side for 3rd with 42 to go.
Got one down low now.
Again, Atlanta and Daytona are the next 2 races. Next 2 race tracks in the round of 12. 28.880 that last lap. Schneider really tries to back the corner up that time. In turns 1 and 2. How long will he be able to run these 28-second lap times? 43 laps on this run. It's going to be interesting. That last run went about 50 laps. You saw how slick Schneider's car was as he was barely able to hold on to the lead right before the caution. Schneider does have one set of tires left at the end of the race. If we get another caution, he may take those tires depending on how many laps he'll have to try and drive back through the field again. Just so that way the car's not super slick at the end of the race. May be worth it. Right now, though, he's just got to run his own race. Harvick back to 5th on the restart. How much can Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, and even Harvick still try to hang on as Harvick battles Blaney for 4th into turn 1. They're side by side. Looks like, at least. Yeah, they're definitely side by side off the exit of 2. Harvick on the inside, Blaney on the high side. Comment in the chat below, who do you think is going to win this race? Who do you think is going to win, and are we going to see another caution? We have had a caution in the final 30 laps in each of the last 3 races, which have been the first 3 races of the playoffs. In fact, in the only 2 ovals in the playoffs, we've seen 3 cautions in the final 50 laps of the race or more. Schneider trying to put as much of a gap in between him and Bilicki as he can before they get the loud traffic and before these tires start to wear out. Got a 1 second lead, 2.5 seconds back to 3rd place, Kyle Busch. Kind of really high in 1 and 2. Need to go all the way up there. Don't bite him too much. $30 more. They're just really trying to focus in. See the lap traffic in the not so distant future. Give it a few more laps and they'll be there. Oh no, Schneider almost got the wall off turn 4. That was close. He had to lift though, and Bilicki gained about 0.3 of a second that last lap now. And now Schneider misses the corner into 1. Once he got too tight off turn 4, getting back into the gas a tad early. That costed his momentum into 1 and 2. And now he's going to have to try and get that rhythm back again. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. 28 laps to go in the round of 12 opener. Schneider or Bolicki. Maybe one of those other playoff drivers of Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, or Kevin Harvick have a chance as well. It's been hit or miss, really, of who's been quicker in the lap traffic between Schneider or Bolicki in this race. Schneider a little bit quicker that last lap. A lot of emotions with many different emojis. As a fan, I guess emotions are probably all over the place right now. Quinn Houff will be the first lap car during this run. Schneider going to try to get around him on the high side. Clears him off turn 4. One lap car now between the top two. We'll see how quickly Bolicki can try to get around him as he'll go to the high side as well. And on the high side of Bobby Carter. On the inside of Joey Gase, going to have to pick the lines that the lap cars are not in. Race them accordingly. The lap cars side by side a little bit further up ahead. So far, both Bolicki and Schneider are getting through the lap traffic really equally. Almost still about 3.5 to 4 seconds off the lead. That lap traffic side by side right in front of the 99 off turn 4. Oh, this is a mess. 23 to go. Schneider tries to shoot the gap 3 wide to the bottom. Underneath the 34 of Michael McDowell. Now they're 3 wide right in front of Josh Bolicki. Even worse for him what it was for Schneider. Schneider finally gets around the 34 of McDowell. In 35 laps in the run, we know for a fact Bolicki is faster. That would be with about 8 to go. Would be that transitional period. Sure. Pretty even. After about 25 laps. Oh, Schneider makes contact with Stenhouse getting into turn 3. Stenhouse held his line. Schneider just kind of chopped down a little too early. 21 to go. Bolicki is still stuck on the high side with lap cars side by side in front of him. Here, mixed emotions, you're rooting for me and Bolicki. But Crypto wants to see an upset. Kyle Busch is less than a second now behind Bolicki. Bolicki's 3 seconds off the lead with 20 to go. That's going to help Schneider. Four and a half seconds ahead now, and Kyle Busch is up to second place. They all struggle in the lap traffic. 5-second lead builds up now, and this is looking better and better for Schneider. Harvick is now up to second. Bolicki's back to 5th. This could give some of these other playoff drivers a chance. Outside of the 99, who leads it?
You're all clear up top.
Look, he's still battling with them, though. Big loose moment there off turn 2. At these lap times and how much they've dropped off. Fast lap of the race, 28.773. The lap time this last lap for Schneider, 29.782. A full second slower already at this point in the run.
Still there?
Ricky back to second, 6.5 seconds off the lead. Schneider struggled to get around Chris Buescher that time through 1 and 2. He's still on the high side into 3. Really only one more lap car. They're going to have a lot of clean air to try and run. Trying to park the bus like ancient foul reference there. Not time to park it yet. They're not close enough. I'm just hoping he can run decent enough laps. With just 15 to go this time by, that a 6.5 second gap will be good enough. Austin Dillon in 15th, gonna go a lap down. Now just 14 cars on the lead lap. Licky a couple tenths of a second faster that last lap than Schneider. That lap at the line, they were even. Licky might have been 1/10 of a second quicker. It's tough to tell exactly when he crossed the line, if he closed a little bit or not. He's just got to race his own race. Oh no, man, that was a big moment. 13 to go, and the tires are definitely withering away on the 99. Way up the track to arc the corner off into 1 and 2. The right rear is below the right front as far as the wear. And the car is just getting looser and looser and looser at this point in the run. Licky is already only 4.5 seconds off the lead. It looks like there's only 2 lap cars between the top 2. The lap car got to get harder and harder to pass as Schneider's car starts to get more and more ill handling.
Careful, still there.
On the outside of John Hunter Nemechek right now. And he couldn't make the pass on him. He's still stuck on the high side into turn 1.
Careful, still there.
Nemechek no longer in the playoffs. Schneider clears him off turn 2. Looking just an extra corner to make the pass. 2 lap cars in between the leaders again. But now only 4 seconds separates him. Kyle Busch within 5.5 seconds off the lead. He was also 7 seconds back. Trying to close. He's a 1.5 seconds behind Licky. 10 laps to go at New Hampshire. Spot for the round of 8 on the line. Licky 0.2 seconds faster that last lap. Not going to be a quick enough pace to catch Schneider. He's going to have to pick the pace up. Or probably simultaneously having Schneider to drop his pace down. Schneider picked it up. About 0.3 seconds that last lap alone. Probably why Balicki was only about 0.2 of a second faster, maybe rather than about a half a second faster. 8 to go, 29.5 that last lap, still better than the 29.7 he was running a little bit ago. Got around Boyer pretty easily, gonna try to get around Almirola pretty easily as well. Big block by Almirola off turn 2. Schneider sends it on the inside now into turns 3 and 4. Oh, Almirola is starting to hold him up. It's 2 corners in a row now. He's been trying to pass the 10. Already multiple laps down in 25th. He is a playoff driver, maybe trying to avoid a playoff driver winning the race, knowing Balicki's in second. That could be the strategy for Almirola. Almirola last of the playoff drivers currently running. And for 2 full laps, Schneider has struggled to pass it. He's going to try to side draft him down the front straightaway. 6 to go. All these Stuart Haas cars are right around us, too. Custer's in front of Almirola. Boyer was behind him. Schneider finally clears Almirola and blocks him down the back straightaway off turn 2, but Balicki's less than 2 seconds off the lead. The Hopper sponsorship. Sticking with it for now, at least. We'll run it through Atlanta, at least. Probably run one more sponsor in a different scheme before the end of the season. In the final 5 laps. Still 2 lap cars between the top 2. Will Custer block like his teammate Almirola was? Help his teammate every step of the way. As Ethan said, definitely got to get to that white flag. 4 to go. Schneider will catch Custer in turns 1 and 2. We'll try to get around him, looking to the high side. Custer holds him off of turn 4. Balicki on the inside of Almirola off turn 2 as well. I meant to say turn 2 with Custer. Schneider slides underneath the 41. And he'll clear him off the exit of turn 4. Now just trying to drive away. 3 laps to go. Balicki within 1.2 seconds. Kyle Busch within 3 seconds of the lead back there in third. Get to the white flag. The next flag will end the race, whether it's the yellow or the checker. And Balicki is closing fast, but he still has to get around the 41 of Custer. I don't think Schneider will catch the 78 of BJ McLeod. Schneider slipped up quite a bit in the middle of 3 and 4. Balicki still has not passed Custer, though. Now he'll get to the inside of Custer in the 1. 2 to go. 2 miles left in the race. Josh Balicki has closed from 6.5 seconds back, and Schneider's car has really withered away, as well as the SHR cars of Cole Custer and especially Eric Almirola holding him up. And Balicki is coming in fast now into turns 3 and 4. Final lap, he's within a few car lengths. This is insane what Josh Balicki is trying to do to try and get that first career win. Schneider gasses it up in the middle of 1 and 2. Trying to block the bottom now down the back straightaway. Balicki's going to have one more shot. Will he use the bumper? Into turns 3 and 4. Balicki going to try to get there. Schneider is going to bump into him, and Josh Balicki is going to win the race. Off of turn 4 and bump and run. Josh Balicki wins at New Hampshire. From a 6.5 second deficit, he just chipped and chipped away, and it took till the final corner. And Schneider slipped up the track a little too much. Unbelievable. And nobody will be going to the round of 8 after the first race of the round. First career win for Josh Balicki at the Magic Mile. And certainly magic has just been pulled off. I just couldn't hold the bottom. I was trying to, like, midway down the back straightaway because I knew that was going to be his run. That he likely wasn't going to try to pass high. And I just moved up the track too much, and then he was already underneath me, and I crowded him. He didn't run into me. I crowded him in the middle of the corner. Oh, man. I thought we had enough of a lead built up before the tires started to go away. We had 6.5 seconds on him, and it just started falling off and falling off. And Josh Bilicki with a career race. Tommy Baldwin Racing going to victory lane in the Cup Series. Unbelievable. Kyle Busch, just under 3 seconds off the lead, will finish third behind the two stage winners of Bilicki and Schneider. Ryan Blaney fourth, Kevin Harvick fifth, Denny Hamlin sixth, Joey Logano seventh, William Byron eighth, Christopher Bell ninth, Chase Elliott rounds out the top 10. Playoff drivers would be Schneider second, Busch third, fourth was Blaney, fifth of Harvick, Hamlin sixth, Logano seventh, Truex 11th, Newman 14th, Kurt Busch 16th, Matt Kenseth 18th, Brad Keselowski 21st, Eric Almirola 25th. Boyer, Nemechek, those guys were eliminated. Stenhouse was eliminated. And Ross Chastain, the only driver that DNF'd today. We had 5 cautions for incident, 2 in the final stage. And 43 laps was just 1 lap too many for Schneider on those tires to be able to hold on to the end. Beautiful scenes of glorious emotion, or tragic scenes of sad emotion. It depends on the type of person. It was a good race. It was a really good race all the way through. I mean, it was literally from the start of stage 2 to the end of the race. It was a battle between the 7 and the 99, and that's what it ended up coming down to. You had the fastest short run car versus the fastest long run car at the end of the race. And 43 laps is just enough of a window for Bilicki to have the long run car come in on the 99 and steal the victory. From a 6.5 second deficit in the final 20 laps. Once we hit 21 to go, he was just starting to slowly chip away. That's a heartbreaker. We still had a solid points day. First and fourth in the stages and second in the race. We're sitting pretty on top of the playoff points we had coming into the round. I don't think we're locked in on points into the next round yet, but honestly, even in the stages alone, depending on how we run at Atlanta, I think we can have a good showing. We just got to be able to finish these next 2 races, and I think we'll be all right if we just really get to the end of them. The easier said than done. We know the tire situation is going to be interesting to see at Atlanta on Monday, and then Tuesday, Daytona, all heck can break loose in that round of 12 finale. So, there you go. If you got a late race caution, you could have won. It's possible, especially having that extra set of tires. Elliott is crazy. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Keegan. Sorry I missed the race. Oh, man, just missed it. Great race today. And Josh Bilicki gets his first career win. And let me see how many different winners that gives us on the season. I know Bilicki's not in the playoffs. He got a stage win today as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 10 different winners now in the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So 10 different winners now on the season. And congratulations to Josh Bilicki. Cole Custer brought out 2 of the cautions today, and he still finished this race in 24th. How did that happen? Oh, that's the... Yeah, so, by the way, I don't know what NASCAR Heat 5 and this glitch is doing, but it showed there were only 4 drivers in the playoffs on these points, and now it's up to 8 drivers. So, again, it's a good thing this is why I'm keeping track of the points myself throughout the course of the season, for this exact reason. We actually had the fastest lap of the race, 28.773. early in the final stage. Josh Malicki did lead the most laps, 149 of the 301 laps led today, almost half the race. So he was definitely deserving of the win. He led almost every lap of stage 1. And I'd say Keegan Schneider won stage 2, which he did. Best card stage 1 and winner stage 1, Josh Malicki. Wow, 10 different winners. That's surprising considering how many wins I have. Yeah, that's because every other driver that has won only has 1 win, except for Kyle Busch has 2. But Schneider will stay at 20 wins on the season. I'll try to go to victory lane in the next race on Monday at Atlanta. The next 2 days, we'll have NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 action. Tomorrow on the channel, doubleheader for NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. First race is a premiere, and then the second race will be a live stream. The first race will be airing in between the truck and the Xfinity race tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And then the live stream for tomorrow night's second race will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Busch Series races, the first race will be at Atlanta. The second race will be at Phoenix with just 4 races to go going into the Atlanta race on the season. A chance to clinch the championship early as well at Atlanta for Kevin Harvick, so you guys will definitely have to watch that as well. Of course, we're racing as Kevin Harvick for that season. Then on Sunday, we are going to have another premiere. It will be NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. It will be the Cup Series at Richmond. That race is already recorded. That will be ready to go on Sunday, and that will air late morning into the early afternoon leading up to the start of the Cup race at Talladega. We will be doing a live stream commentary for the Cup race at Talladega at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. So we'll have the premiere that's already recorded. That will play. I'll be in the chat for that, and then probably within about a half hour after that finishes, the Talladega Cup race will be on, and I can't wait to watch that with you guys. So thanks everybody for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for your support as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have fun watching the Talladega Truck and Xfinity races tomorrow, because I will not see you live until after that. I will try to catch as much as the Truck and Xfinity races as I can with work. Should catch the end of the Xfinity race. I don't know if I'm going to catch much of the Truck race, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow night.